What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Judith Plains Montana. $10 million challenge. I hope y'all are doing well, man. So, in this episode, we got a little bit of waiting around to do, more or less. So, the corn is harvested, the barley, the wheat, and canola are all planted and are waiting harvest. The grass is growing, but it's December, so it's not going to grow for a while anyways. So we have to wait until February, which none of these crops will be ready for harvest in February, in order for us to plant cotton in the 20-acre field. So we're going to go ahead and skip to February. We just have to make sure the water buffalo have silage. If they have silage, we're good. Problem is I filled them up to 84,000 at one point, and they ate through that like it was nothing. So they might just end up just not having food, because we need the silage for, we need the silage for TMR. In the hay ventilation, the hay is working. We've got 34,000 liters of hay so far. We ended up getting quite a bit over, so we ended up getting like 2 loads over, 2 or 3. So, but yeah, I got it all from the last episode. I got all the grass picked up and moved to the silage area. I did get a little bit of missed bits, but nothing crazy. So we're going to go ahead and hop in this 9R. We're going to plant the cotton right quick in that cornfield. Well, no we won't, because it's not February yet. We're going to go ahead and fast forward to February and kind of hope for the best for the animals. That's all we can really do. Okay, we are in February. However, it is a snowy February. We got a little bit of snow on the ground. Sweet. We haven't seen snow on this series because in the Riverbend Springs, I had it turned off because of bugs. It would stay bugged until the snow would be on the ground until July, which is not how it was supposed to be. So, okay, we're in February. I think the water buffalo, they've ran out completely. They ended up producing 4,000 liters of buffalo milk, which is a good amount, not a bad amount. Our Country View dairy holds 150,000 liters of buffalo milk, which is a lot of milk. So, yeah, I think they'll be just fine. For now, we got a lot of hay. How are the goats doing? Goats have put out a lot of milk. We actually need to take care of their milk. We don't have a trailer. I just realized we don't have a trailer. Not at all. We don't have a flatbed. We don't have nothing. So we're just going to go ahead and do this by hand. For now, we will get a trailer. We have the money. We will. However, I'm just going to move it over so that way more can spawn. That way we're not losing out on milk. And we're going to take this to the country dairy to make goat cheese. Or we might just sell it outright. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, to be honest with you. Okay, let's hop in the 9R. Let's go ahead and get this cotton planted. And if y'all have noticed a little bit of a audio difference as far as my speaking goes, I ended up getting a new mic. Let me know what y'all think. I went ahead and did a lot of test videos before this to try and get things kind of squared away. So I hope that this is working out. This way I don't have to wear a headset. I like wearing headsets, but I don't at the same time because I can't hear what's going on around me. And so it kind of makes things, I don't know where I'm going to go with this trailer. I just need it to move. Alright, we're going to put that trailer right about there. That should work out. I just need to get the Kinsey planter. But I did a lot of test videos on the new mic and kind of got it situated. So if y'all see a difference, let me know. Whether it's a good or bad difference. If it's a bad difference, I really want to know. So, alright, let's get over to the field and we'll go from there. I just realized as we filled up with seed that we don't have the liquid fertilizer tank that we had in Riverbend Springs. That blue one. So let me make sure I still have that mod enabled. I should. Let's see, containers. Yeah, there it is. This guy. Herbicide and fertilizer tank. It's a mod on ModHub. It is a fantastic mod. Holds herbicide and liquid fertilizer. So we're gonna put it out of the way. Yeah, we'll put it right here. This is perfect. Okay, overlaps with an object. That's B. And we'll make sure all the triggers are where they need to be. That should be fine. Yeah, that's perfect. Put it right there and we'll fill this up with liquid fertilizer and get back to the field. I didn't even realize that we didn't have it, honestly. I don't know how much this is going to be. I think it's going to be expensive, though. $46,000. That's not terrible. That's not terrible at all. Alright, let's see. I think I can just kind of pull up to it and it'll start filling up. I just don't know where the trigger's at. I think it's back here, right? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So, liquid fertilizer going in. It's going to take a while, so I will see y'all at the field. Alright, we are at the field, getting this thing unfolded. We're going to change it to cotton. Oh, passed it. There's cotton. And then I hope that we have the money come harvest season for cotton. I really do. I don't see why we wouldn't. We need to get propane. I forgot in the last episode to get propane and get that corn dryer going. So we might be a little screwed on the dry corn when it comes time for it to be time for it to sell. I don't even know when the high point is for that. Let's see. July, so we have time. Yeah, so as long as I get it in this month, we should be okay. Alright, first time planting with the Kinsey planter. Cotton's going in. Yeah, this series is about to pick up again. And quickly, too. I'm glad it's taken, like, no time to do this. I didn't expect it to take very long, but you never know. There can be a lot of, situations where this could go bad. Took a big risk coming to Montana. But so far, so good. We're on the right track. And I think in the next few episodes, we're actually going to be back on the level we were when we left Riverbend Springs, if not more. So make sure you stay tuned for the next few videos, actually, because it shouldn't take us, what, maybe 2 or 3 episodes? And we'll be back where we were in Riverbend Springs, which is really nice. So we're going to go ahead and get this planted up. Shouldn't take us very long. This thing is massive. We're actually going to get a bigger planter later on. Intent, but that won't be till later. That thing is massive. Yeah, we're going to get this done, and I will see y'all here in a little bit. Are we gonna run out of fertilizer? We are so close. And there's a couple little spots that I need to hit. So I need just enough. We're at 35 liters now? 30? Yeah, we got plenty. Look at that. 23 liters, which is actually kind of close to what I need. For just the, these little mist bits here. I don't want to use too much, because then we're going to be missing. That was very satisfying to see 22. Oh my lord, that's awesome. That is awesome. Alright, yeah. This is from where I wasn't using the GPS for the first line, so it is what it is. Looks like it's not using fertilizer at all, so that works out. But, plus side, cotton's in. And now we need to go get propane. We need to get propane before we end out February, because there's nothing else for us to do. When does grass start growing again? I think it's March, right? Double check. I don't want to do another thing of grass if I don't have to. I feel like that amount of hay should last us a while. But between TMR and the goats, I don't know. I know the goats are getting only like 80% production because of grass instead of hay. So I'm not sure. We're just going to leave this little speck alone that's in front of us. But I'm not sure if it's actually worth the 20% production or not. If it is, we may have a problem. Because we could put the 500,000 liters of hay from the ventilation into the TMR production. We can make it where it like distributes it, so that way we don't have to do like, you know, 10, 15 loads. We can make it distribute to the TMR production, and then we can pull the hay from there to the goats, which is a short trip anyways. But they have a lot of grass to feed on, and so I think once they're done with the grass that's right there in front of us, I think we switch them to hay. I don't know. We'll see. Let's hop in the semi. Well, we'll get this Cleansey planter put up, get the trailer put up at some point. We'll probably just leave it there. That looks like a fine place for it. But we'll get this planter put up, and then we're gonna go get a tanker for propane. If I don't crush all the boxes first. Alright, we are at the store. Let's go ahead and get that. We also need to get a trailer at some point. Let's see. Let's get this water tanker. It's this one right here. Holds everything. Quite literally slurry, manure, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, the works. Buffalo milk, all of it. So we'll buy this one. Aye, we are running low on money. I didn't realize how low we were running. I think we... Oh man, this might have put us in a bind. We have to buy this though, right? Because the buffalo milk, between the buffalo milk and the propane, we need it. Just the buffalo milk alone, we really need it. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy it. It's gonna hurt to do it, but we're gonna buy it. What colors? Black. I can make this black. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, we're definitely doing that. Yep, 100%. That's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, we'll keep that. We'll keep that fine. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. $91,000 in the hole. And we still need to buy a trailer. We'll probably end up leasing one. Like a flatbed. Not one for the semi, just one for a tractor. Alright, we're all hooked up. Let's get out of here. Let's go get propane, and I'll show y'all where that's at too. While we're on the way, we're gonna have to do our next harvest for barley. We're gonna be doing barley and canola at the same time. I think it's at the tractor supply. Yeah, I think this is propane right here. Yep, propane. Propane and propane accessories. Anybody seen King of the Hill? My dad used to watch that on repeat whenever he would cook dinner. That's what I remember whenever I was a child. Alright, so propane, you can get propane here. I don't think you can get anything else. I don't know why it has a list for it then. But it's expensive. Watch our money and watch the tank. It's ridiculous. We're gonna stop at like 80 grand. Once we have 80,000 left. I don't know how much we actually need, but I think $80,000 worth is more than enough. Yeah, $15,000. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright, and that's our dairy right here, to my left. So, we have a little bit of a drive every time, but it's kind of worth it, so. Thank you, Tractor Supply. We appreciate you. And we're gonna get on, we're gonna get back and fill up the corn dryer. And I don't know. We'll figure out what we need to do next. I think we just keep going until we need to harvest. I think that's the only thing we can do, really. And just like that, we are back at the farm. We actually need to lime the cotton field at some point. I'll probably end up having a worker do it. Because I think you can still do it on the first grow stage, so it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, here's our corn dryer. We're gonna put that propane in here. Yeah, let's see. I don't even know how much propane holds. Okay, 1,000,000 liters. 50 propane for every 500 pieces of corn into 425 dry corn. 720 cycles per month. That's a lot of propane, y'all. That is a lot of propane. I hope that this is enough. I don't even know what that ratio is, do y'all? It's, I think it's 50 to 1. I quite literally think it's 50 to 1. Let me double check though. Oh, it's a 10 to 1 ratio. Okay. That's not bad. Okay. Alright, we are done with that. We're running out of places to put things already. However, this shed is empty, so we're just going to put it in here. Right in here. Yeah, that shed is going to be for this tanker. Really, nothing else, I don't think, other than our mowers. We're already running out of space, places to put things. Do y'all like that reverse sound? Because I don't. I think that's the only thing about this truck that I don't like. Alright, we're gonna put this truck back. Really don't like that sound. Alright. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Got our tanker in there. We could fit another thing in there, but we'll leave it alone for now. I'm debating on the lime right now. I don't want to. I really don't want to. So we're just not going to. Yeah, we're just not going to. We're gonna have to weed in the next month anyways. So I might put one tractor weeding and one tractor doing the lime and let a AI do it. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Alright, again, we can't really do anything with our animals because we don't have anything, quite literally. Same thing with our productions. There's nothing we can do. So we're going to press on to March. And we will go from there. I think the grass is able to grow though. Yeah, the grass is going to start growing in March, so that works out. Alright, we are in March and I realized that I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I did not start our corn dryer. So we're going to activate that now. So that way we can start making some corn, dry corn. And it does it pretty quick. It does it really quick. Fermenting silo's done. Hay ventilation's still pumping out hay like crazy, like we need. And our goats are pumping out milk like crazy, so we're gonna get, let's see, let's make sure that we need to weed. We do, okay. So we're gonna put the case with the weeder, and then we're gonna do the, actually, yeah, we're gonna do the 9R with the lime spreader. And then we'll put the case with the weeder. That's how we'll do that. I don't remember if this thing's full. I don't believe it is. But I think we actually have to buy lime too. Let's get this harrow out of here. Well, moved over to the right a little bit. The problem is you can't sell these sheds. I wish you could sell them, so that way you can kind of make your own. But I don't know if that's changed or not. I'll double check. Let's double check that right quick. I wouldn't mind like a flow through like we had before. Construction. Let's see. B for demolition. Yeah, you can't do anything with the buildings. So that's what I thought, but I couldn't remember. I didn't know if they had patched it to where you could, but alright, let's get this filled up. We'll get the AI going, and I will see y'all at the field with the weeder. Alright, we got the worker going. I told him to start headlands, but you know, workers do what they want, so we got the weeding going. This shouldn't take too long, 15 miles an hour. About the same time as it would for us to mow. But y'all probably won't even see this. Just because weeding's kind of bland and you can't even see what we're doing anyways. So whenever it's like middle of summer, so June, July time frame, I would show, because then you can actually see the weeds, and in this one you can't. So but we're gonna get this done pretty quickly, and if the worker finishes before us, we'll put the 9R with the weeder on here as well. That way we can double tractor and get it done a lot faster that way. I understand you can spread, or excuse me, spray. I'm not a fan of it, because I think I've explained it in the Riverbend Springs episodes, where you spray the weed, right? And the weed doesn't actually disappear. So because they don't disappear, whenever you spray it, it still has a yield loss. And so you're not getting 122, 123% yield after spraying the weed. You're only getting like 118, 119. But if you use a hoe like this, and it pulls up the weed and the weed's no longer there, you're getting your full 123, 124 yield. So it's a noticeable difference, but I think with these big fields, I don't really think that small of a percentage matters. I know with cotton, it very much does. We all know how little cotton yields, and so, which is why you actually need a pretty big field for cotton in order to get any worth out of it. Yeah, so I just don't like spraying them. It's faster. It is a whole lot faster. But I think for the yield difference, it's not worth it. Just my opinion, though. People do things differently. But yeah, we're going to get this done right quick. And we'll press on to probably a barley harvest. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, the weeding is all done. The AI is almost done with the lime. I'm having to refill, but we're going to go ahead and take care of the rest. It's only 2 headlands, and I don't want to risk him messing up or anything. We have been buying about 10,000 liters at a time of lime, just because of where our money sits at $66,000. So I hope this is enough for the 2 headlands. I doubt it. I highly doubt it, but we're about to find out. I hope it is, though. We need to stop kind of spending money right now. $8 million down the hole. From equipment to containers to productions, as far, yeah, a couple productions. Land, all the things. Yeah, this isn't gonna be enough for the 2 headlands, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna send it anyways. You just gotta send it, silly. I'm on the fence about this cotton, as far as if we sell it for just fabric, or if we go ahead and do clothes with it. Because clothes make us a good profit, but I don't know how much clothing we're gonna make with just straight cotton. And remember how we would have a problem where the factory would have to basically close down, right? Because of not enough cotton. And so I'm kind of scared of that happening to this. So we have the tailor shop now, which is good. But I don't know if we actually have enough resources to keep the tailor shop going for as often as we need it to go. I hope that we do, but you never know. So, and I don't know how much this clothing factory holds, or the spinnery holds. Let's find out. 900,000 liters of cotton. That is a lot. That is a lot. Oh, we don't have the clothing factory. We only have the spinnery. So we can kind of see how we do on fabric. I'm very curious, honestly. Just fabric. Nothing crazy. I think we're going to get a good... I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say we're going to get like 200,000 liters of cotton out of this. I'm going to be very optimistic. I think we're going to get 200,000 liters of cotton out of this. And mark my words, I hope we do. If we don't, and you've watched up to this point, leave a comment. Let me know how much cotton you think we're going to get out of this field. I think we're going to get 200,000. Also, if you've watched to this point, hit that sub button for me. It's completely free for you, and it really helps the channel grow whenever you do hit that button. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. 40 subscribers. Y'all, that's crazy. In this little time frame that we've had on this channel, 40 subscribers is a lot. I know there's big YouTubers out there that have, millions of subscribers. And to some people, 2,000 subscribers is literally nothing. But 40 subscribers to me is a crazy amount that I never thought I would have up to this point. And so I appreciate every single one of you guys, and thank you so much for watching these videos. It keeps me motivated. It really, really does. I know my voice doesn't really show emotion or anything like that, but it really does keep me motivated, and it keeps me very happy to do this stuff for you guys. So, anyways, we're going to keep going on this. 200,000 liters is very optimistic. We'll see. We'll see. lime is all done. So now we're just putting this weeder back right quick. We ended up using quite a good amount of lime on that field. I didn't really expect that much lime to be needed, but it did. So now we're at $64,000. So from this point on, we have to be very careful until we sell that dry corn. Hopefully our production costs aren't sky high. I hope. Because it's really the water costs for the animals, and then the production costs that get you every month. Kind of ridiculous, but it kind of makes sense at the same time because it's real. I mean, ask anybody who does this for a living, you're going to be spending a lot of money on utilities. So, not just water either, like electricity, all kinds of things. Alright, I think that's it for March. I don't foresee us needing anything else. Propane's going on the corn dryer, and the corn dryer already has 19,000 liters, which means we're going to make 37,000. I don't think January's the month, though. I think it is in July. I think the time-saving stock check mod is not good for this map. We'll find out. We'll see. But I don't think so, because let's see. Where's the highest price right now, currently? So far, it's at the farmer's market. Okay, so the train. I don't use the train, so the second best would be the farmer's market. So that's at 1535. What does it say here? Value at all stations, 1535. Okay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because I don't think the max month is January. Alright, we're going to press on to really harvest season. Yeah, June, really. Because there's nothing we can do. I kind of want to plant soybeans in the grass field, but we need more hay. We're going to need more hay anyways. So I think we wait to do that until the next year. Alright, we are in June. Very sunny June, however, there's a tornado in the forecast. So we need to get this harvest done before the tornado for the canola and the barley. And I think we go ahead and do the barley first, so that way we can get these chickens fed and get these guys producing eggs. So we're gonna hop in the harvester and get going immediately. Oh my goodness. Turn off super strength for when we move those goat pallets. Alright. We need to put this header somewhere. I don't know where, but we're gonna put it somewhere. Fair warning, if you do download this map, those doors are very loud. So, fair warning. We'll just kind of drop it right there. Right here. Perfect. And we'll get this header set up. The grass looks great. So we'll have grass when we need it. Let's hope we get a good yield of barley here. I really hope we do. We fertilized, limed, so we should be looking at a pretty high yield. I think the average for this field is like 118, 119, something like that. But the wheat's coming in nice, the canola's ready to harvest. We got the barley ready for harvest. Things are looking good. Looking real good. Now in these next few episodes, it's going to be kind of this, where we kind of skip to the harvest. But once things are going, then we can't do that, because we'll have to take care of animals. So those kinds of episodes will be us taking care of the animals and taking care of productions, getting things situated around the farm, all the good things. This is a huge header, and we're going to lower that a little bit. A little bit more. Perfect. Yeah, that should be good. Probably a little bit higher. There we go. All right, unfold, and we're gonna get going. So we did our corn harvest, our first corn harvest for this Judith Plains series. And we're going to enable the straw swath. There we go. Right now, 97% yield in this one. Hopefully it stays pretty high. I don't know where the loam is in this field. But anyways, we got done with our first corn harvest, and now we're doing our first barley harvest, which the combine's filling up real quick. It's already at 20%. We're gonna need to get the tractor over here with the auger wagon. 95%. Let's get out and check. Yeah, we're in sandy loam. Okay, where's the loam at? Let's go find it. I don't know where the loam is. Let's look at it on our map. Oh, the loam's just here. Okay, so it's all... Okay, it's all sandy loam, so... Not an impressive yield, but it'll be high, so... Because it's barley. That's why I went ahead and put barley in this field. That makes sense. But it looks real good. Now the question is, do we do straw bales? Or do we do the forage harvester again? Or the forage wagon? I do think we do bales, honestly. We could probably have a worker do this and we can do bales. Because ×2, we should finish our harvest. Or I think we should bump that up to ×3 for difficulty, but we need to get this done by 5 o'clock. Well, no, let's go back, because rain's coming soon. Yeah, 1500. We gotta do 2 harvests? Yikes. We won't do real time, because that's not fair, but at least ×2. Oh yeah, there's the 120. See how fast the combine's filling up now? Insane. That's how the wheat's gonna be. Alright, let's knock out this harvest. And we'll knock out the canola harvest as well. And go from there. Alright, little pause on the time lapse here. Trying to get this worker follow me mod to kind of work out. Trying to get the offset right because it has the twins. The tractor has twins. So it's kind of close to the combine. But I don't know if it's between 11.5 or 12. It might be. So we haven't paused right now. We haven't paused right now. So now that we're going, let's see if we can get this right. I think he needs to be more up. Try 12 offset. Negative 11 and a half. Try 11. See how that goes. Come on. A little closer, so 10 and a half maybe? Oh, 10 and a half's too close. No, let him get straight. There we go. Now we're working. Alright, cool. We got the follower set up. So now when we turn around here, it won't be too bad. Yep, this is perfect. So, even though he's driving through the crop, I know it's unrealistic, but negative 14, negative 10 and a half. We could probably go 10, but I think 10 and a half works. So, we should be okay. This should hurry the process along pretty significantly. Alright, let's get this done. Alright, the barley harvest is all done. We may be kinda not good for the canola harvest. Maybe. It's 10 o'clock now. The rain is supposed to come at 11, if I'm correct on that. Oh, it comes at 2. So, okay. So we have plenty of time for the canola harvest then. We're gonna get this barley transferred to the truck and to the silo. And we're gonna do the same exact thing we just did with the follower, but for the canola. Actually, we might have a worker do the canola since it's a low yielding crop. And then we're going to straw bale. I think that's what we can do. I think the worker's going to take a little extra time, but the straw needs done because these water buffalo need to get producing quickly. All right, 336 liters left in the auger. So we ended up with a little over, let's see, 8, 9, 10. So about 90,000 liters out of that one field. That's not terrible, but I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to last the entire year for the chickens. I might be wrong. I may be wrong, but I don't think it's going to last the entire year, or the rest of the year anyways. I think we need to plant in April though, instead of in the winter, because like November, December, no crops grow, to include your grass and all that. No crop grows, and so you're missing out on that growth for those months, and that really hinders your profitability and a dual harvest, I guess. I don't even know, honestly. All right, all of our containers are emptied. However, the follower is not going to be able to follow us around the headland. So we're just going to put the pipe in and get this canola harvest started. If y'all can see in the middle of the field there, it's 3 chickens. They are not ours. Not ours. This is the field that did not get nitrogen, so we're going to get a low yield on the canola. But we're going to get more than 50,000 liters, I hope. Alright, I just realized that we did not... I said we were going to put an AI worker on this, so we're going to do that. I have to talk very quiet. My son's asleep. I just woke him up by accident, so gotta be very quiet. However, we're gonna go ahead and get... Oops. There's my desktop if y'all want it. We're gonna go ahead and get to raw baling. Hopefully we get a good amount in order for it to last a while for the TMR. And I mean, we have the wheat harvest soon anyway, so it shouldn't matter. But yeah, I'm gonna talk as less as possible. We're gonna go ahead and get this going. We're almost done. I think after we get the baling done, we'll be done with the episode. Alright, we are all done with the straw bales, and it looks like the worker is full on a tank. I think I'm gonna let the canola harvest finish out. I really need to get off here so I don't wake up my son or anything. But yeah, we got a lot done in this episode. We ended up planting the cotton, putting the lime down, getting the weeding done, harvesting the barley, getting the straw bales done. We ended up getting like about half of a canola harvest in. So I think we made a lot of progress in this episode. But yeah, I gotta get off here. So if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button for me. If you want to see more of this series, hit that subscribe button so that way you can get notifications on every time I post. And until the next one, I hope y'all have a great one. Thank you guys so much for watching.